Well, we have some more Snow White stuff to go over. It never ends with this movie. As we get closer to release, I'm sure more things are going to pop off. That's how it always goes with stuff like this. But before we begin, I noticed something. We have some people out here trying to shill for Daddy Disney, like this outlet, The Standard, responding to what I talked about yesterday, which is them putting Rachel Zegler on a leash, making sure she's not asked any politically charged questions. That's what I'm going to guess Disney's doing there, because they are 100% keeping her on a leash. That's why she has a very limited press tour. And I guarantee you they are screening questions because she is unable to bite her lip on anything. She's got to be one of the dumbest people in Hollywood. And I don't think she's going to be in Hollywood much longer because she is box office poison. But in response to Disney axing the UK premiere and putting her on a short leash, The Standard comes out and blames it on you. Disney axes UK Snow White premiere amid racist and anti-woke backlash fears. She did all of this to herself. All of the backlash she brought on herself by pissing off everybody that liked the original and just being incredibly stupid all the time, like telling Trump voters not to watch her movie, running around during the actor strike and talking about how people would line up to see her and all this stuff. Just she's not the brightest person. But, of course, these outlets got to come out and they got to blame you somehow. That's always the way things go. But the feud, and I do think there's a feud between Gal Gadot and Rachel Zegler, is absolutely a thing. You really saw it during the Oscars. If you haven't seen it, they walk out together. They don't even really look at each other. And you can tell there's tension there. There's tension between them. And it makes sense. Gal Gadot is former Israeli military. Everybody over there has to join the military for a couple of years. So she is obviously not a fan of what's going on with Hamas and them, whereas Rachel Zegler praises Hamas and is always saying free Palestine. So they have ideological differences, and to be honest, both of them, there's going to be people that don't like either of their stances. That's what makes this kind of a mess. Is you've got a pretty big deal going on over there with Israel and Palestine, and a lot of people over here talk about it. A lot of people over here have stances on it, hard lines, and both of them are kind of in the crossfire because of this. And now Gal Gadot went out and gave a speech at some ADL event. I am not a fan of the ADL, by the way. They do some pretty nasty shit, and they do not like free speech at all. But they gave her an award, and during her speech, it's being interpreted that she took a little bit of a shot at Rachel Zegler, even though she never mentions her, because she never would. One thing I'll say about Gal Gadot is she's usually pretty respectful and doesn't try to get in trouble. And she even says in the speech she tries not to talk about politics. But she took a shot at people that are celebrating hostility. Or those who celebrate hostility, which, as pointed out here in this Park Place article, feels like a pointed response. And there's only one person that we can think of that she would want to give a pointed response to. I guarantee you some shit is going to come out from people that worked on this movie. I don't know when, but I guarantee you there probably was shit talking on Rachel Zegler's part. I don't know about Gal Gadot, but she is eventually going to probably say something about Gal. Rachel Zegler is a cancel hog. She loves canceling people. We've seen it with Gina Carano. All of this is going to come out. I guarantee you there were problems on the set. Probably between them. Even though I don't know how much they would work together. Though this is a different kind of Snow White movie, so who knows? Now, to finish this off, Screen Rant, one of the bigger shills out there. They love sucking Daddy Disney's D. They put out this article, 10 Harsh Realities of Watching Disney's Original Snow White, 87 years after the animated classic came out. What do you think some of the problems are with this movie with them? It's obviously sexist, right? This is why a lot of these these activists that work in entertainment media, and most of them are activists, all celebrate remakes because it updates and modernizes them and gets rid of problematic problems from the originals. Remember when Cowboy Bebop got remade by Netflix in live action? They were celebrating, saying it fixes the old one. It's so much better because now characters are gay and have pronouns and all this shit. So this is why they celebrate these remakes. And they see them as the definitive versions. But some of these are like, okay, the Evil Queen is very cruel. Yeah, no shit. The Evil Queen's plan to kill Snow White is pretty gory. These are all pretty tame so far. Nightmarish for children. Characters' faces get comically distorted. That's part of the charm of these older movies, though, in my opinion. Sets bad examples for children because she's too trusting. Fair. That's fair. However, we come down here. Oh, she falls in love with a prince she didn't even speak to. Sexist. The Evil Queen wants the dwarves to bury her. That's fair. That's nothing modern there. She's just an evil, nasty person. And then there's this, the dwarves keeping her. I'll give her that one. But this one, Snow White starts the most controversial Disney trope with princesses. And that's that she has to be saved by a male character. So they don't like this movie because it's a man and a woman falling in love. A lot of chivalry here. And they don't like that shit. And I guarantee you a lot of these shills are going to praise the shit out of this movie because they play ball. Disney's going to be watching the reviews for this one. I can't wait for the reviews to come out. I guarantee you, I'm willing to bet this movie gets like a 90% fresh from all of the Hollywood critics because they play ball. We know they play ball. I've played that clip a million times with that guy from that podcast talking about they have to choose their battles and admits that they play ball and they don't want to lose access. So anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about all of this in the comments. Also, if you would please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. See you on the next one. Peace.